Okay, so the lighting in here is a little bit subpar, but that's not too important. So got some questions. Let's get to those. So the trip out here was pretty good. I had half a row to myself for the flight from Seattle to Tokyo, so I was able to spread out real nice. And then the flight from Tokyo to Busan, I sat next to a Korean guy who was heading over to see his family, who was fluent in English, so that was fun. Then once I got here, I was picked up at the airport by the recruiting company that got me the job, and they drove me to my apartment, and that's where I met Jae Koo, my new supervisor, and saw the school, and then saw my apartment, and then went to sleep, and then made the first video. And so here I am now looking at these questions. It was 10.5 hours from Seattle to Tokyo, not too bad. Had the in-flight movies that you can watch in your own personal headrest that you can control. So that makes the time go by pretty quick. And then 2.5 hour flight from Tokyo to Busan went by pretty fast. It wasn't really anything. Just go up, come down. They served you some meals. They actually had to rush, which was kind of funny near the end, and they didn't get as much of an opportunity to sell duty-free goods as they would have liked because we had a lot of turbulence. So they had to be seated for most of the flight, and so it was funny to watch them hustling up and down the aisles, actually running, delivering goods that people had bought. Let's see what else. So really, so far I've met my sort of counterpart, the person who's been working here for a year. His name's Heath. He's telling me he's on for another month or two, and then he's gonna go and do something else. I don't really know if he knows what he's doing yet. And so I've met my supervisor, and then the girl who picked me up from the airport, as well as whom I assume is her boyfriend who went with her. And so that's it really as far as the questions go. So yesterday, woke up, made the video, and then I went down to the school and met up with my boss, and we went to a whole bunch of places. Basically saw a lot of Jinju, saw the dam, the hydroelectric dam that's up the river. The river goes through Jinju. A river runs through it. Saw downtown, went to the grocery store, got a whole bunch of food, which is exciting. So now I have all sorts of things I can eat, including kimchi. Then we went and got lunch at the supermarket basically that we went to, and that was pretty good. My first run-in with Korean food, which was good. It wasn't really anything pro or con. It was just a bowl of rice with some stuff in it and some kimchi on the side, which I've decided that I'd like a lot. Then later on in the evening, we went to a Korean restaurant where you sit on the floor and they bring in a whole bunch of little side dishes as well as maybe one or two big dishes. Is the way that Korean cuisine generally works, and it's really good. I'm a really big fan of Korean food. I'm looking at this year to be very, very good. I'm pretty excited, and it's currently the rainy season right now. So it rains for about the next 2 or 3 weeks apparently, just non-stop more or less. It's just overcast and rainy the whole time, which is a kind of nice reminder of Seattle. But it is just really hot too. So it's kind of like Texas in that it's just muggy all the time. It's super humid, but it's also just pouring rain. It's an interesting combination. Apparently that's going to break in about 3 weeks, and then it's just going to be ridiculously hot, like 35 degrees Celsius, so around 80, 90 degrees every single day, which is kind of a bummer. But on top of that, we have my work schedule, which I found out. So I don't really need to start Tuesday, but I'll go on Monday regardless to get prepped for Tuesday. And what I'll be doing is working from about 4 to 8 or 10:30 every day. So I have until whenever I wake up until 4 p.m. when I need to be at work for normal work days, Monday through Friday, for the next month or so until summer classes start. And then once summer classes start, it's going to be more like 9 until 3:30, something like that. So still not too much hours. There isn't a lesson plan. There's a text, and then it's up to the teachers to teach however they would like. So there's a lot of freedom involved, and there's no dress code, but I'll still be dressing business casual because I don't feel appropriate to wear shorts in the classroom. So that's basically it. I'll show you kind of the changes that have happened since yesterday in the apartment. But other than that, send me any questions you have, and I'll be happy to answer. So here's the monkey, first of all. That's important. And so earlier, Harriet Grandma sent in a note that perhaps flowers aren't considered girly in Korea, which would make sense because they're all over the place in this apartment. So I got some bread, some bananas, and all this is full up with all sorts of good stuff. And then I've got all sorts of stuff in here now too. Produce, got like 5 kinds of juice, some soju, which I haven't tried yet. I'm excited. Some kinds of Korean fruits. So that's it for today. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to get out and walk around. I may go up to the mountain today to go swimming in the river, but that's kind of not necessarily going to happen because it's raining. So tomorrow I'm going to try and walk around Korea and take some videos of what it looks like. So talk to y'all then. Bye bye. Oh, also goodbye is 안녕 가세요 if you're leaving me, which isn't necessarily the case.